What's up, guys? My name is Harry Haas, and today I'm just going to go over a second first bounce video so you guys can really master this setup. And I'm also going to review some member charts. I think that's really important, and in a way that you guys can learn is also reviewing members' charts. I think that can help a lot. So first of all, in this video, I'm only going to be going over A+ setups, A- setups, so you guys can really know what to look for. I know in the last video you guys might have found it confusing that I was going over some of my trades and then you guys were kind of getting a little bit confused because I kind of mix things up a little bit. I don't necessarily, I don't, I add like different variables in my trades, but I think that after this video, you guys will be able to get this kind of cleared up. So I'm hoping for no confusion, and I'm only showing A+. So another thing I wanted to talk about is everyone always messages me, oh my god, I'm under PDT, what am I going to do? I'm not going to be able to grow an account. If you only trade A+ setups 3 times a week, I can guarantee you that you will be able to grow your account. But the thing is that you need to wait for those A+ setups and you need to be disciplined, because if I don't see anything during the trading day, I won't trade. But one thing I will do is that I will watch, and I'll read the tape and I'll watch. And sometimes if it's an afternoon, I've kind of transitioned to long, but I always love those late day fades and I love to watch them. So if it's in the afternoon, 4 o'clock, and there's not really much going on, sometimes I'll just crack a beer, watch the tape, and watch the level 2, and just watch like a late day fade, or maybe it's like an afternoon spike into after hours that I will be trading. But usually I only trade the morning session, and if there's no A+ setups for me, then that's not something that I'm looking for. So yeah, discipline. Stalking your prey is a big thing. I talk about this all the time, where I just sit and I wait. And then once I see something, I set my levels, I set my entry, I set my exit, and then after that, I'll go in and take the trade. And first bounces are really good on the front side. They don't work as well on the back side. So I've seen some of you guys, it'll be the afternoon, it'll be kind of like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, a stock, is starting to fade a little bit, and sometimes those aren't the best. So the highest probability for first bounce is always in the morning. That's when you get the most volume, most volatility, and that is the best for this setup. So what defines first bounce? I'm just going back to basics. If you didn't see the first video, or maybe you did see the first video and you're still a little bit confused, I've been getting a ton of messages, so I just really want to simplify what this setup is. First bounce is a pullback into an overextended chart where you buy on a little niche in the line chart. It has a lot of range. And no, a 20-cent move for me is not enough. I can't call that overextended. I like to see a $1, $2 move where we have a stock that will pull back and then I'll be able to buy it on a little niche. It's usually a quick run up. So if a stock is hanging around to different levels, I'm not really looking to play something like that. And I'll go into more examples. I'm also looking to buy on like a fast pullback into that niche. So stock comes up, and then I'm looking to pull back into a level where I'm comfortable buying. And front side is always the best for this setup. I love front side for this setup because longs will go in and chase every single little pullback, and it's really great because sometimes you'll have shorts that will short into these little pullbacks and then they'll just get blown out of the water. So we're always looking to kind of trade the front side. That's something that I really like. So this is an example of an A+ first bounce setup. So we see this is one where you could use it on, like, this is a common one I see a lot where, we'll get a really big overextension, stock will come down, and we're able to make, 30 cents off this quick little scalp using this niche as our line. This would be one where, it's kind of transitioning to backside. And these are good ones that you can use, but it needs to be looking like this. So when I'm looking in the line chart, I'm always looking for a little niche here, and I'm only looking for one niche. If it's consolidating on the way up, it's not something that I like. I like kind of like a one shot where I know that either it's going to work or it doesn't. I don't want a bunch of little niches on the way up. I want one right here. I want it to come back up and then slam back down into that niche and then buy into this resistance or support area right here, and then I'll sell into these kind of into this rip. And sometimes it'll keep going up. I just used an example of it going down so you can realize that this is really kind of a quick scalping strategy, and it's something that you can use to grow your account, but you must be disciplined. This is my favorite. So this is something that I really like. It's similar to my JMU trade, or no, sorry, it was my DARE trade, DARE, where you have the front side, and it's a really nice overextended chart with just a little bit of a niche right here, and then it comes back down and you're able to buy it right on this little niche. So once again, I don't like a lot of consolidation on the way up. I like something that's really, really nice, free flowing all the way up, and it still kind of comes back up, and then it comes down, and we're able to kind of buy it on this little niche. This is the best setup. If you guys can see setups like this, take them, because this is A+, and I love just where you have this nice free flowing chart all the way up. Like, this is just beautiful for me, and it's something that I love to size into this niche, because the risk is minimal, and I can count on this little niche to be there for me. And I'll explain kind of some things that I like up here. So here we go, DARE. This is the trade that I was talking about, where we have this stock that goes free flowing all the way up, and it's a really, like, if you notice here, we have a little niche right here. It didn't quite come back down and get there, so it provided one right here. It comes back up, and then it comes back down. So the line chart is always going to give us hints, and that's a big deal, where we can have an edge in knowing that in this nice, graceful run-up that this stock had on the front side, coming back down, coming back down, it was really nice, and it's a nice kind of natural move that I really like to see, where it's just, you know, it's a free-flowing line all the way up, coming back down, using this niche. That's something that I really like to see. So here, I also showed it in the candlestick. These things are our friends, and I'm going to talk about this later in the video, because when I was making this PowerPoint, I realized, like, there were a lot of similarities that I was even using, and I never really explained them in the last video. So I think this video will really clear things up. So again, we have a nice run up all the way from, you know, $1.25 to, you know, this is $1 a share move. So we're looking for a little bit of pullback into this little niche right here, and then looking for continuation. So you can look to take profits in half of this move. You can look to take profits at the top of this move, and you can hold it. You can always set your stops to, you know, break even and around this area, and just let it run. You know, we're not always going to have setups like this every single day, but this is one that I really like. And if you notice, also in this chart, where it did it again, but it kind of consolidated at the top, and we can use like another little niche. You know, I'm not sure where it happened on this line chart, but we can use like another little niche to look to buy into. So again, I'm noticing this little kind of resistance, and that's something that I really love to see, where it kind of comes up. It has this little resistance point. It's quick. It's easy. It's not sitting here consolidating. We have a nice little, like, tiny resistance point, and then it continues. And then once we get that pullback, that gives us a great level to buy on. This is SLNO. So the niche was right here, if you can't find it. And what happened was we got another big move all the way up. And then we're looking for that pullback to kind of buy into that niche. So the niche was right here. So this is another trick that I really like to use where we look at the time. So I'm looking at the time of this niche because sometimes comparing a line chart to a candlestick chart can be hard. So the more kind of accurate we can be, the better. So again, I'm always paying attention to what time it was, 9:51. So I'm looking at the 9:51, 9:50, 9:52 candles. I'm looking to see what can help us. So again, this was the first bounce setup that I'm talking about right here, where if you see where my mouse is in this area, we got another little quick little red candle right here where it just pulled back ever so slightly and then it went all the way back up. So then what I did was I said, okay, we have a niche around 9:51, and I used this top of the candle to go in, and I just waited for my line. I preset my order into this because I said if this washes out, and it did, I'll risk 10 cents to make almost $1 a gain. I think I made on this, and this is literally first bounce setup, guys. This is me paying attention to this huge overextension going from around $2 all the way up to like to 4. So we have this big $2 move, and then I'm looking at the niches all the way up. This is the best niche. So what did I do? I looked at the time, came back, I said, wow, 9:51, and then what we see is this niche in the candlestick chart, and I kind of looked at it and I said, okay, so I had an order in at the top and I had an order in at the bottom. Top order got filled, bottom order did not. Stock came back up, and that was that trade. It's really me, again, just going back. I'm going to explain this a couple times so you guys can really see. I'm identifying this little niche on the way up, waiting for the stock to pull back, looking at the time. What time was the niche? Because, we can have, it can look like it's, 9 whatever. So it's good to be exact, knowing the low, the high. I'm paying attention to the time. I'm coming over, I'm looking at the time. On my candlestick chart, I'm saying, oh, I've identified the niche in the candlestick chart. That's very important to identify, looking at the niche in the candlestick chart. And then, I'm placing my buy order right there and then having it come back up. This is another one where we get this big free-flowing move. It's about $1 move, and I'm looking at this niche. I'm identifying it. I'm saying, okay, it doesn't really look like there's much of a move on here, but you'll see. I'm looking at this niche on the way up. These are perfect, guys. These are A+. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a big dollar move, but with just one niche in the middle. And then I'm setting my orders, and I'm waiting for it to come down, and I'm playing off that small, tiny bounce. So again, I'm also paying attention to the time. So I'm looking again for this big dollar share move with just a little niche in the middle. Coming back, I'm saying, oh wow, what time was it? 10:10. And then, so here it's a little bit of an interesting scenario because the candles are a little bit bigger. We're not getting as much volume as the past two examples. But again, I can identify this little niche right here where we get this little quick resistance and then all the way, it moves back up. So I have my order set at the top of this candle. Stock came down, washed out to it, back up. This is a 30-cent move. Perfect. This is exactly, what I was looking for. I also had a bit of orders down here, still ready in case I needed them. And then I had a stop, kind of under this candle right here. I'm looking to kind of scale into these moves. I know I talked about this exact same chart in the last video. I'm looking to kind of scale into these moves and then kind of get some size on. But again, we had a case where VWAP was also there, so we could combine this and VWAP. This one and DRA, again, we get this big free-flowing move, and then I'm looking at these niches right here. And then, yeah, I'm looking to play. So I'm looking, oh, it was this one. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Just a lot of stock charts. Okay, so what I was looking for in this one, and this one particularly was kind of an interesting one because this one differs from a couple setups, but it's also in the old diagrams that were in the video that I drew. So again, I'm looking at this line right here. I think it's 2.25, 2.25, 2.2 area. And if you notice, stock came up, bounced off, stock came up, bounced off. So I'm looking for this resistance to act as support. So again, what do? In any case, I'm always checking the time, the high, the low of the candle. So the time was 9:35 where I was really looking. So I take that 9:35 time and I come over to my candle. 9:35 right here. We get this quick resistance and then kind of a slam down. So again, I was looking back up. When you can combine it with VWAP and other indicators, that is what's good. So again, I'm looking at the 225 line. Stock came up. I waited for it to come down, came down, and then I sold at the top up here. But again, I'm looking for this quick resistance, this quick slam, and then resistance acting as support. And, you know, a big part is literally just taking the time. What time did this happen? 9:35. Coming over. Oh, 9:35. Because sometimes it's hard to take the line and move it into the candlestick and actually be exact and know what you're looking for. That is a big part. So just always pay attention to that time that it happened because that's a big problem. I'm combining the line chart with the candlestick chart. You know, I'm using both. I'm not just using the line, and I'm not just using the candlestick. I have two charts on my screen where I'm saying, okay, there's a little niche on the way up, something I like. Then I take the time that niche happened, and I always go over and I check. So I kind of saw this line in around this area, slam down, nice pop. Again, we get this free flowing move. And then I'm looking at this niche on the way up. These are the best. These are the A+ setups, guys. These big, you know, $1.50 to 2.7 all the way up, and hardly any consolidation on the way up. Just a little nice niche that I'm looking for. That's what I love. Again, what am I doing? I'm taking the time of that niche, 9:47. These are the best, guys. These ones are the ones that you need to get in your head that you want to play. Don't just look to play any bounce. These are the best and highest probability bounces. If you guys can be disciplined enough to just play these long overextended moves with a little niche in the middle all the way up, take the time, go over, and again, what happened? It actually kind of washed out into this little niche right here, but it didn't get to my order. I really wanted it on the top of this candle. I didn't get filled. But this is a great example of me having my order set and me not getting filled. I've always wanted kind of one of these examples where it shows my order was out there. My order was, you know, preset, but I didn't get filled. So what did I do? I just took a little bit off of VWAP, not a hell of a lot, and just sold it kind of into these spikes. But again, I'm looking for these type of moves where it's just kind of a quick price line, quick resistance, you know, slams down a little bit, continues all the way up. I love these big moves, these big overextensions. You know, if the scale is at 1.9, 1.8, and it's in the tens, that's something that I love. I don't like a scale where it's like, you know, 1.3, 1.33, 1.38. I don't like those scales like that. I like a nice scale on the side. And I love these big moves. If I can't say it enough, guys, you're looking for a big overextension. You know, we have a stock going from 1.5, 1.6 area all the way up to 2.9. It's a big overextension, and then I'm looking for this little niche here. Seal right here. Again, we're actually over here. Sorry, as much as it looks like we're not, I was even thinking over here, but we're actually over here this time for this this chart. So again, we have this big overextension. This happened pre-market. A lot of people have been asking me for pre-market examples, so I thought I'd throw some into this video. Where it's 8 o'clock, we have a big move. What happens? We get this little niche right in the middle. That is perfect, guys. We get a move from 1.5 all the way up to 2.4, almost a dollar move, and it just blows past it, but we still get this little niche, and that is the best part. So again, I'm looking at the time, 8:02. I'm coming over to 8:02. I'm saying, okay, what's happening in this area? This is a kind of a different example, but I'm trying to show you guys that we're only looking for these big overextended moves. We're not looking for a 10, 20, 30 cent move. We're looking for big overextension. This one, I didn't want to set my orders up here, but I didn't really want to set my orders here anyway. So I just set some in the bottom at like $2, 2 point. I don't even know. It doesn't show my fills even, but I played this pre-market, and I was just playing off this line right here, yeah, off it went. This is another example of something that isn't, a massive move. I know I kind of brainwashed you guys, showing you guys some big moves, but be happy with the 20 cent, 25, 30 cent gains, because most people in the stock market can't even make that consistently. So if you can make that consistently, you're on the right track to growing your account. That's what we're all here for. We're all here to grow our accounts. This is another seal move again, where we get a big overextended move, 2.25 to 3.25, 3.3, where we get a little bit of consolidation in around this area, and then have it come up again, and then slam back down. This is probably like a B+ setup, to be honest. I'm not really a fan of the consolidation and then coming up. I really love those niches in the middle, but I wanted to show kind of a mix and match of setups so you guys would know what to look for, what you guys would like. Like this one too, if we go back, like I like ones more like this where they kind of come up and have a little niche right here. These ones consolidate, this is a B+ setup, but I just wanted to show you guys that, if it's kind of in a range here and then comes back up and slams back down, you can play that move. Again, I'm looking at the time. So what's the high? What's the low? What's the time that this is happening? Because if you can take the time and then compare that to a candle, that can give you a whole different perspective, because you could be looking at something here and it could actually be over here. And I think a lot of people are missing their entries because they're like, man, we see this niche right here. And I was like, yeah, but the niche was down here on the line chart. And they're like, oh my God, damn. So again, I'm looking at this move to be playing. I'm paying attention to this quick consolidation and this quick resistance kind of slammed down. Stock came up and then came back down. And this is where you kind of buy it. You're looking for a line. So I probably would have had an order in here. Would have had an order in here. These ones are kind of too high for me. Where we get this quick slam into our line and then back up. Oh, and also, if you look at the low of this, it says 281. What was the low right here? 281. So I'm also looking at the high, the low, and I go through and I click and I say, okay, times 933. Look at the 933 candle. What's the low? What's the high? I'm looking at all these things, guys. I'm trying to pay attention. What is the high? What is the low? What's the time that this niche actually happened? That is a big part, finding out and being able to identify it on the candlestick. This one, JMU. This is another setup I love, where we get this big overextension, this quick little niche, and then back up it comes. So again, I'm paying attention. Okay, 12:14. We have a low of 3, we have a high of 3.1. I'm paying attention to the time, all that good stuff. And then what do we see right here? We get this little quick kind of resistance. We can identify this niche and what it looks like on the line chart. This is a big step where we're identifying the niche now on the candlestick, and we're watching it come up. So again, I identified you know, kind of what I was looking for. I guess you could have played off this level, this bounce, and then it kind of bounced a couple times, choppy chart, but you get my point where I'm looking for the little niche and then having it overextend. This one, VXRT. I guess I didn't include a time in this one, but basically I was just paying attention to this little area right here. And then we can also see it. So this is a kind of a different chart for me, where we have it kind of come up and then consolidate in this area. But I'd be looking to play off, you know, a line and a level in around kind of this area where we have some action right here, we have some action right here, some action right here. We get a lot of wicks in this area. So if when the stock washes down, we're looking to play off kind of this support in this area, and I have lines drawn, you know, all the time. And another thing, I'm watching a lot of people buy up here in this area. So remember, it slams down, comes back up, but compared to this whole overextension, you know, that's not really much of a pullback. So just be patient and wait for this stock to really wash out, come back down, and really kind of get to this level. This is like the in-between level, guys. We don't want to be really playing, this isn't a level I'd want to play off of. Remember, this stock went from $2 all the way up to $5. So am I going to be trying to buy this on a pullback at 4.6? Not really. But in the middle at, you know, 3.6, 3.4, where we have kind of some of these wicks supporting off this level, that's something that I really like. All right, so now if you haven't got this enough, these are the best candlestick patterns to play off of. So I like to call these the first bounce friends. That's what we're going to call them. So anytime in the line chart, we're looking for our friends. So this is our little friend right here. Notice how the stock is continuing up and we get this little red candle coming back up. Stock's continuing up, get this little red candle coming back up. You know, stock's coming up, we're getting this little red candle, and then it keeps coming up. Stock's coming up, little red candle. These are the first bounce friends. Get to know them, meet them, study them. These are the best places to buy on a pullback and the extension. No one ever, I'm not sure if anyone has ever talked about this before, ever. I think it's kind of a first for MIC, but these are our first bounce friends. I love these little guys. They make me money day in and day out. I'm going to be going over a couple examples. If I haven't already, you know, if I haven't already made that clear in our video, these are our first bounce friends. These are our buddies. These are the guys that we're looking to buy off of on that overextension. This is what I'm kind of looking for. Again, this is another first bounce friends, where we get this, you know, quick little red candle and then the stock continues up. Those are the levels that I like to buy off of. So now I'm gonna kind of get into charts from members. I'm gonna go over them and just tell you guys kind of what I think. All right, so this one right here, this is a tough one because you know, someone sent me this one on Twitter and said, hey, can you put it in the video if you go over it? You know, maybe I might join MIC. So I was like, you know, sure. This is a tough one because we kind of see some of the first bounce friends right here. You know, would I be looking to buy and try and catch this falling knife? Not really. The real first bounce play, again, I know I've gone over this before, it's on the front side coming into this play. So, you know, once the stock starts dumping, you know, it met kind of our friends over here where you could have bought off the line, but I'm looking to play this area. You know, from kind of, once this puts these death candles in this backside, shorts have it, longs are trapped, they're looking to sell into everything. So I'm looking to buy when the longs are they're doing well. And again, what am I looking for? This nice big overextension coming down, and we can buy on our little friends right here and then coming back up. I know it kind of sounds weird, but these are our first bounce friends. These little guys right here, this little red candle, these are our friends. And it comes back up, comes back down. Notice how there's no like consolidation like this in this chart. It's a free-flowing chart. That's what I like. You know, natural, just like coming up like that, those are the best. And then we can buy on a pullback right on our little friends right here. This little quick little red candle that no one really notices, no one really sees. That's what we're going to be training to look for. We're training our brain to look for these charts like this, and we're looking to buy on these little guys right there. So again, once again, our friends have returned. These are the little guys that we're looking to buy off of right here on this quick move. Those are our friends. You know, our friends are always there for us. I'd say I've back tested this like 90% of the time. I think it's like 93 where we see these little guys right here. Those are our friends. Those are the guys that we love. So again, this isn't a chart that I'm really looking to buy on at all. And this is kind of why. I understand what this guy was thinking, but once we get this big death candle, you know, first of all, I don't like it, and I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. I don't like the scale. You know, if the scale was going up by 10-cent increments, I'd like it. I don't like scales like that. I like a big overextended move. 2.8 to kind of like 3.3 area. That's not what I'm looking for. And it's also not a free-flowing chart. So remember, if we look at this example right here, we got a nice free-flowing chart all the way up and got a nice little pullback, and then it could like kind of continue. But this one, this is choppy. Comes up, consolidates, comes back up a little bit more, consolidates, comes back up, you know. Are there 10-cent bounces to be made off it? Yeah, sure. But this is not, you know, A+ for me at all. I'm sorry to say, but I'm looking for something kind of going straight up, parabolic right there, and then I'm looking to buy off of that pullback. So again, not something that we get, you know, our friends right here, and, you know, it does support off that level. You could have made like a 10-cent, I don't even know. You could have made just a little bit of a scalp off it, but, you know, again, this isn't a chart that I really like. It's not like this one. It's not free flowing. You know, we get some, you know, consolidation, some more consolidation, you know, we get a little bit here, so, you know, it ended up bouncing a little bit off of this consolidation. Not something I'm looking for. This is a like C+ setup to me. Seal, okay. Member sent me this chart. I said I'd go over it. So this was his chart where he said he bought in this area. So remember, I'm looking at this little niche on the way up. This is a nice move to me on the line chart. I really like this, where it just kind of goes from 2.8 all the way up. Wait, what the hell? Were these the same charts? No, they weren't the same charts. Okay. All right, good. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, I was kind of scared for a second. Same ticker, but not the same chart. I was like, that does not look like this chart. You know, okay. Okay, good. Okay, good. So we get this big free-flowing move, and then we can buy on this. I swear to God. They're not the same days. No, they're not. They're not the same chart. Okay. Sorry, I didn't even realize that. Same ticker, but just a day away. So again, we get this nice big move all the way up, a little bit of consolidation. You know, it's good, but it's okay because if we're looking at it, we have our little friends right here, and you know, on the candles or on the line chart, sorry, it doesn't look that great, in my opinion, anyway, but. Once we go on the candle and look at it, okay, I'm really confused right now because these are two different tickers. Okay, I'm just gonna, I'm just going to, yeah, no, I don't even know. Anyway, they were completely different tickers. I didn't realize. Okay. So that, again, we're looking for kind of this this overextension. We're looking for our little friends right here, and then we're looking to buy into this bounce. This is a classic first bounce setup. A member said he entered off the VWAP right here and then kind of sold into this pop in this area. So again, we're looking for this overextension, and we're looking for it to come down, and we're looking for it to kind of go into our friends right here. So we're always looking for our friends. I know I said hello friends because we once you train your brain to see them, this little kind of resistance on the way up. It's not a big candle like this. It's just a little tiny resistance, and you know, it matches up with VWAP, something that I'm looking for. This one, a member was asking me about it. This is okay. I'd like it to be a little bit more overextended, you know, but also it doesn't. We're also going from like around $4 up to you know, almost $5.50. So yeah, it is. But we're also looking at this line. We can use this kind of 475 line to kind of guide us. And I'm looking at this little niche on the way up. You know, even back here, we get this free-flowing move, little niche. You know, here we do get a free-flowing move, and we're looking to buy onto this kind of niche right here. So yeah, that'd be something, I guess, that I'm looking for. The main point that I want you guys to kind of grasp is that we're looking for this big explosive free-flowing move. We're looking for a little niche, and then we're looking to buy it. And the niche is usually in the middle of the move, and that's what's great about it. So something like this, I wouldn't be interested in buying off this at all. And here's why. We got a big free-flowing move, but it kind of consolidated for, you know, as it looks in the bottom, it kind of consolidated for, you know, around just around, you know, an hour of it just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's not something that I'm looking for. I'm looking for something where, you know, the move is where we're just buying off the little niche. So this isn't a first bounce setup that I'd be looking for at all. Oh, someone sent me this chart. This isn't something that I really would look to buy on for first bounce, and this one is also. I guess I just incorporated the candlestick chart to kind of show you guys. So when this came up, you know, this isn't something that I'm looking to buy into for first bounce purposes. You know, it comes up all the way, but we don't get our friends in here, and you know, I like when our friends are there on the way up for this overextension. We don't get our friends. We don't. You know, there's no niche here. There's just a bunch of consolidation, and it continues up. So this isn't a first bounce pattern for me. Okay, so for this one, a member sent me this one. So we're looking at this big free-flowing move all the way up here, you know, and I'm looking to buy into the little, you know, the little niches in here. Once this is already kind of bounced, I'm not really looking for, you know, anything more. I'd be looking to buy into the niches right here, depending on how it looked on kind of the candlestick chart and how it was moving. You know, we get this big explosive move, but I'm looking for the niches. Remember, I'm looking for the niches on the way up. I'm not looking to buy in here. I'm not looking to buy up here. I'm looking to buy in this area with the niches. It's another one that a member sent me. Okay, so I wouldn't be looking to buy in this area. And it's just not the first bounce pattern. The first bounce pattern is where you get the first move, and it comes down, and we buy in this little niche right here around, you know, in here. So we can see where it kind of exploded all the way up. We get this little niche, it comes back down, and we're buying into that little niche. I'm not looking to buy on the back side, even though it did continue trending back upwards. This to me is kind of the back. You know, I don't like that. When longs start getting trapped, that's not the best time. SLNO, okay. This is I actually played this chart too. So again, we get this free-flowing kind of overextension, and we see these little guys right here. Those are the guys that I like to buy off of. This is the range where I'm looking for. I wasn't really looking for this range, and it's because it was just I wanted it to pull back a little bit more. So we see our friends right here, where we get this kind of free-flowing move. It does consolidate down here, but it continues upward, and we can use this kind of, you know, 2.8 to 4.4. That's still a big enough move for me to be able to look for first bounce. And then kind of we see the move up here, and I really liked it. We get this, you know, again, we see this, you know, little red candle here, and then it continues all the way up. These are our friends. Exactly. These are what I'm looking for to buy on the first bounce, because no one's really paying attention to them. Maybe once I start telling everyone about them, well, I'm hoping to keep it a bit quiet, because this is a little edge right here where, you know, we see it kind of come up all the way. We get our little friends in the middle of this extension. Like if we're just looking from the top here to the bottom, and you know, we forget about all this whole move and we're just looking at the top to the bottom, we see this little, you know, this small little pullback in the middle, and then it continued upward, and that's what we're looking to buy off of. So these are our friends. That is the niche in the line chart. What you're looking at right here, this is the little niche in the line chart. DARE. Again, I wouldn't be looking to play it on the back side here at all. I'd be looking to play it on the front side. I know that this, I've gone over this chart before, where it comes up and we're looking for our little friends right here, and it comes back down. We're buying on our friends and letting it continue upward. So this is front side pre-market long. I did take this trade, and it was okay. FCSC, not something I like, even though we do get this little pullback into resistance right here. Not really a fan of this whole chart and the way it ran up, and the way where every little you know, start, you know, we have these long wicks all the way up, and you know, people are selling in this area, continues upward, you know, a lot of selling pressure, you know, not something that I like. I did play this this stock, but this isn't something I like for the first bounce pattern. And we also see, you know, in this area, we did, you know, our friends are back in this area, but how much bounce potential are we really going to get once we see 1 death candle, 2 death candle, 3 death candle? These guys, yeah, like you can play off it for a 10-cent scalp, but it didn't even really offer that. You know, so if you're going, I wouldn't play this stock at all. I do mention that our friends are back because, you know, this is a quick, you know, 10-cent scalp, but don't play this. Isn't A+. Again, we have something like this. Someone sent me this. This isn't the pattern at all. It's not something that I'm looking for, and here's why. We have it come all the way up, but we have no little pullback and no little friends here. So, you know, I don't know where the stock's going to go. I have no idea. So, you know, not something I'm looking for again. SPI, long, again, you know, not first bounce, and we don't have our friends on the way up here. So not something I would look to be playing at all. Also, it's kind of overextended. You know, we're at the top of this 4.7, 4.8 range. Not something that I'd be looking to play. SAEX, again, you know, we get some friends up here. This is where I'd be looking to buy. I wouldn't be looking to buy in this area. I can see why, but you know, when a stock washes out and then comes back up, you know, I'm looking for a big move like this. You know, a bunch of green bullish candles all the way up. Like this is kind of a bigger run, and this is something that I'm looking for. Like this kind of overextension. I realize that this was overextended, and you know, buying on VWAP, but we have no niche on the way up. We're looking for a niche on the way up to buy into. Here we get a little niche, comes back up, you know, you can make, you know, 10-20 cents. I think I do, yeah. Here we go again. We see the big move up here. We're looking for our friends, and then it to continue upward. Then we're going to look to buy off of our friends. There are our friends right there, comes back up. You know, hits our friends like in this area, doink, 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 and comes back up. So if you're looking to play this setup, this is like probably a C, B+, A+ setup. You know, if it was overextended, I'd like it more, but you know, it's not. It's choppy. People are selling into it. You know, not something that I love. This one, you know, not really a lot of pre-market volume. Kind of looks like a pump and dump, to be honest. But I understand where, you know, this is not the first bounce in there. That's not first bounce. First bounce is either in this area or not at all. We gotta bounce, you know, these are our friends right here where it kind of comes up, overextends. This is kind of the move we're making for, or we're waiting for. We could make 10 cents or whatever, but, you know, not really a setup I'm looking for. I just wish the niche was in here. If the niche was in this area, it'd be better, but, you know, it's kind of low, and then, you know, it's just not something I look for in first bounce. Remember, we want, is this a big move? Yes. Everyone can agree that this is a big move, but we have no niche right here, and we're really looking for that little niche in the line chart. You know, kind of washed out in the morning, popped all the way up, but we didn't really, it didn't offer a niche. It wasn't a free-flowing chart like we saw Dare in our example. This is kind of choppy, comes all the way back up, you know, and then it just dumps all the way to 360, you know, a dollar dump. So all the longs are trapped, they're all bagged, you know. To buy here, it's not really front side. Again, I said our friends were too far away. Our friends are down here. You know, if they were up here, again, it'd be something that I'd, you know, buy on for a small scalp. But they were all the way back down here. So this isn't first bounce at all. You know, that's not first bounce at all. Not something that I'm looking for, you know, at all. Not first bounce, just not the pattern. This one, CIFS member sent me this chart. I see it. I understand. You know, you can use this. This is about B setup for me, C setup, where yes, the stock does overextend, and yes, it does wash out. If you buy into this little chunk, I guess, but remember, we're only looking to play, you know, the A plus, this tiny little niches on the front side. Those are the best ones. Those offer the best bounces. Like, do we get a niche right here? Yes. Yeah, we do. But I just wish it was kind of more free-flowing rather than, you know, it kind of was choppy. It hung around right there. You know, it's not something that I love. Will I take it? Any day of the week, yeah, I will. But it's not an A plus, and I was only going over, you know, A plus, you know, B plus 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 plus. Like, I was only going over, you know, the best charts because I wanted to show you guys the best moves. So again, this, yeah, is it first bounce? Totally, it totally is. But I love the little niches on the way up. I don't love the bigger ones. I did say here the boys are back because if you look right here, on the second overextension, that gives you the best opportunity. So, you know, he bought on this little one, kind of came down. I understand that, but this one is the one that I would have kind of preferred to buy it on because I just like the little niches as opposed to the big consolidation. It's a personal preference. It's what I've been using on the setup the whole time, so I did say the boys are back because, again, this is what I'm looking for on the way up. I'm looking for this little small resistance pull and then for it to continue back up. I did talk about his charting, how yes, are there niches right here? Totally. There's totally some resistance right there. But I'm looking for these niches. These niches are the best. I love the niches like that. Those are the best niches to find. Where we see this big overextension and we get this little small niche. I don't like, you know, when I see stuff like this, that's the stuff that puts it from an A setup to a B setup. But if we're just looking at this puts it back to an, you know, this puts this move to an A setup because of the niche and the type of niche that it was. I've gone so far as to narrow down the best niches I love. And these are the best niches right here. We're looking at this niche right here. Coming back, these are the best niches, the niches that I love the most. Right there, I love that little niche. So again, this brings us to the end of the video. I want to stress. I can't even end this video without stressing, guys. Look for this niche right here. These small little niches continue up the best. And they form these little guys on the candle. Those are where I'm looking to buy into candle. That's the niche that I'm looking for on the way up. Play these overextended charts. Please, please, please. I want to see people mastering this setup. It's really fun for me to see guys go out, start mastering the setup, and you'll really be amazed. Like this is really I think probably going to be one of the better videos. If I make any more, this is going to be one of the better ones. So again, in the recap, must be overextended. Buy on a small niche in the line chart, about halfway up of that, kind of overextension. I'm waiting for that overextension. Little niche is formed, comes back up, and I'm looking to buy into that. So we're looking to buy the small niche in the line chart, and then find our friends on the candlestick chart. Find that little niche in the candlestick chart. Take the time to go and find that little niche, set your orders, and find our friends. So anyway, this brings me to the end of this video, but I can't stress enough, guys. These are the best ones. These are the best little niches. And then we meet these guys. Those are where we buy on the candlestick. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys can go out and master this setup. So good luck, everyone. I hope everyone has a great April. And I really wish you guys the best of luck.